So, what is it about the plot that you just, once you start to think about, it all start to fall apart for you?
A really big one is that there are several moments in the story in which characters make major decisions, but they just show up. I've complained about this before, and movies have a tendency to do this, where a character has a big change of heart, but we only see them after they've had the change of heart. We do not see them make the decision. So, for example, the mom who doesn't want him to fight because that's how she lost her older son, right? Throughout the entire movie, Li Fong is hiding the fact that he is either training Victor, right, Mia's father, to prepare for his fight, or that he is fighting himself. Then in the final fight, she just shows up. And yes, there is a conversation between Mr. Han and her, where basically he says the only thing he's missing is you, or something like that. In retrospect, I do not understand why that changed her mind, really. Like, there wasn't really like the thought process of, okay, like, this is where the switch flips, right? Like, and then this is kind of the least important example. The next one is Mr. Han goes to Los Angeles to track down Daniel LaRusso, right? And he just shows up, says, hey, there's a kid that needs to learn some karate. And Daniel says no. And then Mr. Han leaves. And then 2 scenes later, Daniel shows up in New York, ready to train him. I do not know what changed his mind.
He was appealing to the sense of, the original Mr. Miyagi and how he wouldn't, I can't remember exactly what they were saying in the movie, but essentially how you couldn't, kind of turn away from someone that was in need.
I'm not saying it doesn't make sense. I'm saying there isn't really a progression where I understand why he changes his mind. If the philosophy is, well, he's carrying on Mr. Miyagi's legacy, and the Miyagi legacy is to just help people with karate, why does he initially reject it? And if that is not the case, then why does he suddenly accept it, right? Like there is no scene that I caught where he explains or shows what changed his mind. And that's kind of really important, right? Because like this is like a big part of the movie, right?
Do you feel like it was maybe just a scene or something less than that could have sort of had that moment of realization that helped him, make the decision to actually, travel all that way to help Li Fong in his fight?
Yeah, and Mr. Han is the third example I have of this, right? Where all we really see is that he tries to call, like, Li Fong calls him asking for advice, and then some days later, Mr. Han calls him back, essentially to check on him, and Li Fong doesn't answer. And then he just goes to New York and just kind of makes it his mission to help Li Fong. Like, and all of these three examples aren't not really broken, right? Like, you can imagine a way in which these characters would arrive at those decisions. My point is the movie doesn't show us their process of reasoning and their process of changing their mind. And you can come up with reasons for all of them, but you have to do that work yourself. And the movie does it 3 times, and it does it for 3 important characters. And I think that is a weakness in the story. Like, these should be character moments. They shouldn't just happen off screen.